All right, Revelation 6 and 5, it says, "And when he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say, Come and see. And I beheld, and lo, a black horse, and he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand. And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, A measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny, and see thou hurt not the oil and the wine. Giving all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Chakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone to rule and teach well. Peace, love, salutation to the elect 144 first fruit. We're jumping right into this lesson. We're going to break down Revelation 6, verses 5 and 6. You can go watch my previous lessons where I broke down Revelation chapter 6, 1 through 4. I think it was in 2 separate videos, so you can go catch those. We're on the third installment, pretty much, of Revelation 6, and it's going to be verses 5 and 6. So I just read both of them through thoroughly. So now I'm going to go ahead and start with the breakdown. It shouldn't be too long, should be fairly quick. It is fairly straight to the point and understandable. Lord willing, it's edifying to the ones who watch, but primarily to the elect. All right, so this is Revelation 6 and 5. It says, "And when he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say, Come and see. And I beheld, and lo, a black horse." All right. So first and foremost, verse 5, it says he opened the third seal. You can go watch the other 2 lessons that I did. And Lord willing, after I upload this video, I'm going to set up a playlist for Revelation 6 to where you can go catch those lessons so you don't have to drag through all the videos on the page. So pretty much I explained what the seal was in the first video. It says, I beheld, and lo, a black horse. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the black horse. So pretty much straight to the point, the black horse represents judgment and primarily slavery. Okay, so the black horse equals slavery. Okay, and it says, and he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hands. Right, so now we're going to go, so pretty much the black horse and the pair of balances is going into the slavery, okay? So let's go ahead and get this word balances real quick, because that's going to bring it all home so you can understand that the black horse is a representation of slavery, okay? Which the word in the Greek is zugos, or you want to say zygos, which means a yoke. All right, it says a yoke that is put on a draught cattle, metaphor used of any burden or bondage as that of slavery. So that's how you know that that's slavery. Another understanding too, you can get you can get Second Thessalonians 2 and 3, "Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there be a falling away first," which that falling away first is the slavery. So the pair of balances was the falling away for Israel, which was the slavery. So it goes on to say, "Of troublesome laws imposed on one," right? That goes, so you could pretty much say the troublesome laws, you can link that with like draconian laws, which is also spake about in Revelation 13. Let me see if I can just pull it up for you, just to bring it out. Revelation 13. Revelation 13 and 11. And I behold another beast coming up out of the earth. And he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. Right. So he was speaking these troublesome laws into existence. Of course, you can get the Isaiah chapter 10 and 1 here, another classic. Isaiah 10 and 1, it says, "Woe unto him that decree unrighteous decrees, and that right grievousness which they have prescribed," right, which is the troublesome laws that we go through to this very day, which keeps us in a bondage state, and a lot of our people in a bondage state of mind. So it's different. There's a big difference when you're in a bondage state, of what I'm saying at least. because I'm not sitting here saying like it is an actual saying. What I am saying here, there's a big difference between being in a bondage state and being in a bondage state of mind. We're in a bondage state. We understand that we're in slavery, but we don't have that mindset like all the rest of our people do. They're blinded, they're sick, they don't know what the fuck's going on. So they're in a bondage state of mind. Okay? Esau has fully got them. All right? So let's keep going to get the understanding of this real quick. So that's the black horse. The black horse represents the judgment. It represents what is it? Slavery, ultimately. So the black horse is slavery. Another thing, just like a side note, if you want to apply, I'm saying this as an application to the word balances. You got the actual word balance, which Yahushua did speak about. I'm not saying this is the direct meaning of this. The direct meaning of this, the black horse, is slavery, judgment. Okay, keep it at that. But I'm just doing a side note right now because Yahushua did speak about balance in the book of Matthew. Let me put it in red lettering, of course. Let me just get it down here real quick. Matthew 11:29 says, "Take ye my yoke upon you." And that's what we just brought out here in Revelation 6 when you go into the word balance. In the Greek, it's zygos, which means yoke. All right. It says, "And learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, so humble, and ye shall find rest unto your souls." So let's keep going. It says, "For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." So pretty much what Yahushua is saying here, take ye my yoke. Look at me and how I balance everything. Do the same thing, right? And it says, "And ye shall find rest in your souls." So if you balance out your life correctly, you're not going to be strained or overweighted in one side than the other. You're going to be balanced in all aspects of life, which is going to make your life easy. And your soul will have rest. That's what he is saying here. And ultimately, to learn to be balanced, you have to be extremely humble. Because when someone is humble, more than likely they're quiet. And when you're quiet, what are you doing? You're listening. And when you're listening or observing, you're learning. Okay? So I just wanted to bring that side note out for balances. But Revelation 6:5, the black horse equals slavery. So if you're writing notes, just go ahead and write that down. So let's jump into verse 6. It says, "And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, a measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny, and see thou hurt not the oil in the wine." So let's go. "And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, a measure of wheat for a penny, and a measure of barley for a penny." So let's deal with that. So pretty much what a measure of wheat for a penny and a measure of barley for a penny is speaking about, there will be a point which we're in here today, and really Revelation 6:6 is actually happening right to this very second. Okay, so pretty much what this is saying is there will be a point to where it will seem things are prosperous, for the time being, but even at that very moment, society is going to collapse, and that's what we're seeing right now. So a measure of wheat for a penny and 3 measures of barley for a penny is speaking about. Matter of fact, I can get a precept that can say it better than I can, and this links up perfectly with this particular verse. Let's see, 2nd Ezra 16. All right, this is 2nd Ezra 16, and let's just start at 17. It says, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days?" Right, because Ezra's the scene. He got a revelation. He got a vision from the angel Uriel about the coming days to see what was happening. He's like, man, whoa, what the F is going on right now, man? He's like, who will deliver me in those days, which gives you an indication of reincarnation. He understands that he will be back during those times. And Esdras is back right now. We just don't know who that man is. And he's doing the same thing that he was doing what we're reading right here. Because the days that we're in are the days that we're coming to that are drawing nigh is complete gloom and doom and darkness. And that's what he was saying, and he's warning. He wrote it down to warn us here today so we understand what's coming. All right, so let's keep going. It says in the verse 18, in the beginning of sorrows, great mournings, the beginning of famine, and great death, the beginning of wars. Salakia. It says in the beginning of wars shall stand, the beginning of wars and the powers shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Now, he's not saying this in a sense of, he's being a coward or anything. He's saying this in a sense of, I know I'm going to need help in these days from my power. That's what he's saying, okay? I don't take it in a sense that he's being, like a coward or whatever. Shoot, we need help. What's that? You got to understand how minuscule we are. This is Isaiah chapter 41 and 14. It says, fear not, thou worm. Jacob, you men of, I always giggle at this. It says, you men of Israel, I will help thee, saith the Lord, and thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel. It's like, yeah, we're worms. We're helpless in a sense. A worm is a helpless creature. You know what I'm saying? You ever seen a worm dry up on the side of the sidewalk? Just wiggling there. Can't fucking do anything. You got to pick it up and put it in the soil so it can go in the earth. That's a spirit. So the worm could go in the earth. That's when the scriptures talk about, I think in Revelation 12th chapter. Matter of fact, let's just get it real quick and then I'll get back on topic. If I can't I just want to get it really quick. All right. Yeah, there we go. All right, Revelation 12 and 16, it says, and the earth helped the woman, and the woman is speaking about Israel, and the earth opened up her mouth and swallowed up the flood, which the dragon had cast out the mouth. So, you see what I'm saying? When you pick up a worm, he goes back into the earth swallowed it up as in a help. All right, so it's the same thing for us. The earth, we need help. So Ezra is not saying it in the sense of he's a coward. He just understands he's going to need help from the Heavenly Father. So let's get back onto the point that I'm trying to bring. All right, I think the point that I want to bring is, it's pretty much verse 18 and 19. It says, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as a scourge for amendment, right? It says, which amendment is a correction, because these MFers out here need to be corrected for the wrongdoings that they've been doing. So famine, plague, tribulation, and anguish are going to be sent to them to correct and amend their ways. All right. It says, verse 20 says, but for all these things they shall not turn from the wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. So Salakia. Now, verse 18 and 19 were good points, but the point is verse 20 actually. So it says, but for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. So why is that the point? Because it says a measure of wheat for a penny and 3 measures of barley for a penny, meaning everything is in good case, it's cheap, it's prosperous, so they're not worried about shit. You see what I'm saying? They're not worried about anything. So the prime example, the Twin Towers in New York, 2001, people went right back to doing wickedness. New Orleans, Haiti, the earthquake in Haiti, I think in like 2005, and then of course the hurricane in New Orleans. See, you've seen it just recently. The Turkey killed about 50,000, 60,000 people. The world is still fucking around. It's not really mindful of the signs that the Lord is bringing to this place. All these chariot sightings and things of that nature. As we've seen in this past winter, um, people have been freezing to death. Tornadoes have been ripping through the country. People still going back to the regular same fuck shit that they've been doing. So that's the main understanding of a measure of wheat for a penny and 3 measures of barley for a penny. Matter of fact, let's just get the perfect precept to that. I hope this is understanding and whatnot. Yeah. 1 Thessalonians 5:3 says, "For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape." Right? Because they think because wheat for a penny and 3 measures of barley for a penny, they're in good case. But society's gonna collapse all in one sitting. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we're seeing here today. Even though we see inflation and things of that nature, you can still go. You still have a job. You can still go work. You can still go to the grocery store, get your groceries every week, every 2 weeks, however you do it. You can still pump gas in your car. Shit, it's good enough to where people can still go out to a club or a bar or a lounge and still do a party here and there. People are still buying houses. People are still buying cars. People are still trading, buying. Commerce is happening. You see what I'm saying? Even though the Lord is putting out all these signs and judging a lot of people on this planet Earth, their wickedness, they're so caught in their wickedness that they're not mindful of the scourges that the Lord is putting on their ass, man. You see what I'm saying? So that's what a measure of wheat for a penny and 3 measures of barley for a penny is talking about. Pretty much, it's still going to be, it's going to seem prosperous, but society will collapse in the midst of that. And it's going to catch everyone off guard. So it says, continuing, let's break down this last part. Oh, Salakia, man. Matter of fact, I'm going to get one more precept to that, just to tie that all together real quick. This is Ecclesiasticus 11 and 25, a perfect precept. It says, in the day of prosperity, there's a forgetfulness of affliction. Right. Again, damn near 60, probably now, because they're not reporting anymore. Probably 100,000 people dead in Turkey and Syria from that earthquake right now. But it is forgotten in mainstream media right now. Absolutely forgotten. Who remembers that big ass explosion in Beirut, Lebanon? Exactly. No one's really fucking. Even though it happened in 2020, 3 years ago, time flies. But still, that was a big event that killed a lot of people and destroyed a lot of shit. You see what I'm saying? There's a forgetfulness of affliction. So now the times that we're going in, it says, and in the day of affliction, there's no remembrance of prosperity. Exactly. That's why the day of affliction is a good thing for the elect, because we've been setting up our treasures in heaven. So we are still going to have hope. Right now, we are in a day of affliction. Today, being in America, you know what I'm saying? Living in America. We are in our affliction. This is our hell right now. This is not our reality. This is not how things are supposed to be. We wake up, go to sleep, wake up, go to sleep, and do it all over again in our fucking hell. It's like we're stuck in limbo in America. This is our affliction. And we have our hope set in the kingdom to come. So when Jacob's trouble really hits, when our affliction that we're already experiencing intensifies a little bit there, we're still going to remember prosperity, because our prosperity is hope in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai with things to come. People don't have hope in things to come. They're going to be stuck in their hell, in their limbo, in their reality, like we are here right now. And our reality is going to become theirs, which is going to be a nightmare. Okay? So let's keep going. All right. Let's keep going. So uh Salakia. Matter of fact, another precept came up to mind, and then we're gonna keep going. I promise. Second Ezra 15 in in 12 it says Egypt shall mourn and the foundation shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it. Right. So again, peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh as a whirlwind. So that's it on that. Let's go ahead and go back to Revelation 6:6. It says, "And see thou hurt not the oil and the wine." So this is pretty easy to break down. It says that, so pretty much that represents the truth. All right. So this word, this book that we have, the Bible. See thou hurt not the oil and the wine. So that represents the truth, because the truth will not be distorted in any means, because it is the only key to salvation. That's the only way out. So that's why it's not going to hurt the oil or the wine. All right, so that's about it I have for Revelation 6 and 5 and Revelation 6 and 6 breakdown. Lord willing, that was edifying. Go watch the other installments. Lord willing, I'll be back to do Revelation 6, 7, and 8 on the next lesson, probably coming out in the next few days, Lord willing, if the Lord permits. So I might do, I'll do, because really it's just verse 8 that needs to be broken down. So I might, let's see, open the fifth son, son, and son. The souls of them were slain for the word of the Most High. So I might do like these four on the next breakdown. So again, Lord willing, I was edifying. Give all glory, honor, praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Achakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, the great millstone to rule and teach well. Peace of salutation to the elect 144 first fruit, Brother Kashakwala. Till the next time, I want to say shalom, and like always, repent, for Yahweh Shai is coming back sooner than what me and you believed. Shalom.